XRP is alive and well. I gotta share a stat. We'll also talk price action. Governments are dumping BTC while companies are hodling and buying BTC. ETH having some trouble along with Nexo returning in.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Look, we're doing pretty good. We bounced back up from that earlier kind of push down, and the volume is freaking nuts. Almost 5 billion in the last 24 hours. Look at ETH. Come on now. Look at the 1-year chart of ETH. That looks like a piece of poop. 1-year chart of XRP, that looks a lot better. Now, but before we get into the crypto news, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, not relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of the next what video, girlfriend. Gin Tonic says, people need to quit expecting real pumps until regs and ETFs come out. Okay, but what about strategic reserve news? Trump said on True Social, yo, XRP, ADA, SOL, strategic reserves. What if we get news like that? What about the tariffs? I think when the tariff shit goes away, we're going to see the market liquidity thaw. I think we're going to see some juicy action with that. Troy McKay hanging out says, got into crypto in March. Shit is fire compared to sports betting, but what about baseball season? I think there's juicy prop bets there. Nice shoes. Brooks are corrective and will help you back and feet while it's with all my ultra running. Last comment. Oh my God, check this out. 89 selected spam comments. Yeah, that was my first batch of 3. I cleaned up almost 300 spam comments right before I went online. I had to go to the store real quick and get some groceries. And during that time, I got almost 300 spam comments. Holy crap. Bitcoin's in at 94,157. Come on, YouTube, fix the spam. E1777. We're going to talk ETH. ETH laggard. Poop sandwich. XB228 looking better. ADA 69. 9. Nice. Sol 147 while nope, not talking TRX. 360 is the price of sweet while XLM's hanging out at 28.4. Gold, people said, yo, we hit 3,500. Now let's sell off the gold. Well, now gold's kind of coming back. Look at the 1-month chart here, right? This is at 3,500 I was telling you about. Kind of hit some lows, crawling back. Look at the 5-year chart. This is telling you right now that the world is going, yo, things are still too hectic. And you see this most recent crazy run-up-a-roni? These are people hedging. They're hedging their bets. Government BTC Holdings dropped 12% in a year. Okay, so your MicroStrategies, your Maras, your Riots and all of them, they're buying. Okay, they're buying and hodling. But governments are dumping. Except for El Salvador. They buy 1 BTC a day. Yeah, that's seriously their strategy. They buy 1 BTC a day. Despite these impressive surface numbers, the general trend is in decline. 2 of the 7 holders completely liquidated their assets, and only El Salvador is actually buying more. And all these articles you're seeing up on the screen, they're linked in the description below. United States sold some BTC. China kept theirs neutral. The UK kept theirs neutral. Bhutan sold. Oh. El Salvador gained. Ukraine liquidated. Germany liquidated. So yes, you have some players like Metaplanet, Strategy, and all them buying. But you also got some countries out here liquidating. United States sold, what was it, like 16,000 BTC or something like that? I just thought I'd share it with you. Because not everyone is buying and hodling. New SEC chair says crypto deserves clear regulations. No shit, Sherlock. Here's the problem. It took 3 months to swear this guy in. Trump gets elected, sworn in, and 3 months later, the SEC pick gets picked. Confirmed. I can't talk today. Market participants engaging in this technology deserve clear regulatory rules of the road. No shit. But the problem we got, Paul, is that we got some players out there telling us that crypto is going to be a commodity, so that would be under the CFTC. You're here in the SEC saying that crypto needs clear regulations under you, the SEC, as a security. So which is it? And just to let you know, we've got crypto roundtable meetings all the way through June. So at the minimum, we're not going to get any regs through June. Now, Nexo's back. What's cool about this, Nexo token pumped as much as 20%. So there's some pumperonis happening in the market, and there's also some pooperonis. ETH. Is ETH going to rebound from this 1,500 low that we saw in the 8th and 7th of April? I mean, it is up 10% from that mark. But the problem is, ETH couldn't hold 4,000. You zoom out a little bit, you're saying ETH couldn't hold 4,000 every freaking time it's gotten there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 different times ETH has touched near 4,000, hasn't been able to hold it. ETH, market laggard. It seems people have swayed over to BTC for strategic reserve talk. Because think about it, when I do these stories, right, about the government's MicroStrategy, Marathon, Metaplanet, they're talking about BTC strategic reserves. When we talk about institutional buying and ETFs, we talk about BTC, the big orange up on here, right? So it seems like a lot of players have moved away from ETH and have slid over into the BTC world and the alts. Now look at XRP's one-year chart. That looks better. Definitely more support above the $2 mark. Let's look at some candlestick-aronies and see what this recent move did. Because we got some pump-aroni, some dump-aroni. Lowercase p, lowercase d. Now look at this. We did move on the way up here. Yes, my phone went off. We had a high at 236.3. Cool. Lows, look at it right here. A low at 225. On the dot, a low at 225. Support near term 225. Now that's good. Why? Because we've seen about over the last 36 hours, we've seen a continuance of this floor. Look at this. All the way down here to 216. We then jumped up right here to 222. Right? 225. You see where I'm going with this. Okay. We get a little bit of tariff announcement, and then maybe all of a sudden the market thaws a little bit and we start pushing on up. This is great because when you zoom out here, look at this. This is the best price we've seen for XRP in a long time. Look at this. I have to go all the way back here to the 28th of March to get us to that price action. That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. So now we're starting to see a little bit of XRP juice all the way back to about a month ago. So yeah, XRP starting to thaw. 4.9 billion in volume on a Monday. Up 60%. Okay, here, let's keep this in mind to show you how relevant, spicy, naughty things are. XRP's volume right now, up 60%. The market as a whole, volume-wise, up 45%. So XRP even proportionately higher than the rest of the market. Look at this. Right now, last 24 hours, XRP up 2%, SOL down 1.5%. BNB sideways, ETH down 1.5%, Bitcoin sideways. Yeah, this is pretty good, everyone. Now, is it juicy? Oh my gosh, we're going to be buying ourselves a Porsche Turbo? No, that's not the case right now. But I'll take this action. ETF news, open interest, which I shared with you earlier, XRP strategic reserve asset news from a company, right, from a publicly traded company. This is good stuff. Now, in terms of the regs, look, that's not going to happen for a few more months. So tariffs, that's where we're at right now. That's the bullish indicator. We need something big to come out of tariff news to get us to pump to that 250 mark. Hopefully it happens soon. Because right now, you got to ride that hot pony. Look at the 7-day. That's a market wanting to burst out, not a market wanting to collapse. Move to the 1 month, and what do you see? Opportunities, short and long. What else do you see? Volume spike aronies. You also see players able to buy the dips, players able to play that short-term action, so you see a lot of interest in XRP. This is what we want, everyone. We don't want ETH charts like this for the 1 year. Look at that 1 year chart for ETH. Look at that 1 year chart for XRP. Who would you rather be right now? This or this? And I'm watching this move closely because the volume is what's piquing my interest. It's Monday and all of a sudden the volume is bonkers. Even this last weekend, the volume was bonkers compared to what we've seen over the last couple months. The last couple months, it's been a snooze fest on the weekends, and then all of a sudden we see things thawing. And we got stablecoin regs, which hopefully are going to be happening within the next month. Regular regs for crypto for the rest of the crypto market, look, I don't know when that's going to happen. It's the United States government, okay? It could be a year down the road. No, I mean, seriously, it really could at this rate. But the reality is let's get through this tariff stuff. We get through this tariff stuff, then we start talking about rates coming down, and we've got a good back half of 2025. But right now it is. All eyes are on tariffs. And even with all eyes on tariffs, even with the gold market near all-time highs, XRP is still doing better than ETH. Think about that and listen to that out loud. XRP is doing better than ETH, blowing the doors off, just destroying ETH in this last year. Did you think you would be hearing that? Probably not. But look at the charts. That's what's happening. Players are getting tired of ETH being stagnant and being boring, and XRP's making things happen. And the support is there price-wise. Is it the juiciest of price you've ever seen? No. Are we at that $3 mark that we saw earlier in the move since the election? No. But, yo, you're seeing the runs up. Yeah, they're short-lasted. Yeah, they come back down. But you're seeing more chances on the way up than you have before. For the last couple years, we've been dealing with price range between the 30 and 50 cent mark, where we'd go up a couple cents and we're like, eh. Now you're seeing the moves. You're seeing the volume. It's juicy. I like it. Happy Monday. Choo-choo bitches.